Hi there, welcome to Let's Stamp with Phyllis. Today I wanted to share with you a Simply Set kit, and it's called Medallion Medley, and it is in the current Occasions mini catalog. You might be asking, what is a Simply Set kit? Which is a good question, especially if you don't know what it is. It is a card kit that's already put together. Sometimes Simply Set kits, they contain envelopes, they contain cards and embellishments, and they can contain stamps. This one is a kit that contains envelopes, self-adhesive die cuts, and the cards. Okay, so for this card, got my base card, and I'm going to use some stamps from the Teeny Tiny Wishes. And this stamp set needs to be on your must buy if you don't already have it, because it has greetings and salutations for almost every occasion that would exist. And what I'm going to do is pick out one. Let's see. Happy Mother's Day, Happy New Year, Happy St. Patrick's Day. I think we've missed St. Patrick's Day. That was just the other day. And I was there's a friend to friend. Ah, here it is. This is friend to friend, and this is the one I'm going to use. And I would say almost all of the stamps in that stamp set fit on these labels. Now, you know, I'm a big fan of my clear mount stamps, absolutely love my clear mount stamps, but this stamp set does not come in clear mount. So we get to use our wonderful wood mounted stamps that are just great. And I'm going to go ahead and ink it up, but before I stamp it on there, I want to make sure that, you know, everything's going to line up. So I'm going to use my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. The Stamp-A-Ma-Jig is a wonderful product, and it is made by, who is it made by? Well, Stampin' Up! Carries it. And what I'm going to do is, the sheets are twice this big. They are a square, and what I do is I just cut them in half, and that way I get just as a lot more use out of them. I'm going to line up my plastic, the corner of my plastic, with my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. See if I can get in a little bit closer for you so you can go ahead and see what I'm doing, okay? And I'm going to stamp my stamp, and I'm going to line up the corner of my stamp with my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig and just come straight down and straight up. And now I've got my words friend to friend stamped on here. You can probably see it better against your, let me get it in here, against your cardstock, okay? Now, I'm going to take these words here and I'm going to line them up in the middle, or where I want them on the self-adhesive die cut. I'm going to take my handle and come back to the corner of this plastic, and I'm going to pull it out now. I'm going to re-ink my stamp, line it up in the corner just like I did when I was stamping on the sheet, and I'm going to come straight down and straight up. And there is my friend to friend. Isn't that just wonderful? It fits in there so nice, and it's exactly where I wanted it. Okay? Now, all I'm going to do is take that and peel it off. Okay? And I'm going to put it on my card. And I'm just going to, well, you know what? Let's see. I can put it here. I can put it there. I can put it anywhere, and you can't see because wonderful Darcy's in the way. Let's go ahead and put it right here. Okay, now when I put it here, one of the things that bothers me is it seems like it gets a little bit lost with the same background and the same background on the self-adhesive die cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my dimensionals. And now you've gotten to see Darcy in 2 videos. So obviously she wants to be the star. And I'm going to put them across the thing. And now I'm going to go ahead and get the backs off. And let me go ahead and line this out so you can see a little bit better. Oops. Take that one off, and that one's already off. And now I'm going to mount my friend to friend right up here. Ah, yes, much better. And now I've got my card, and I gotta tell you, how easy is that? You get your teeny tiny wishes set, you've got a card for almost every occasion. It's masculine, it's feminine. Masculine cards are really difficult sometimes for people to create, but a little clue. We have some products in our upcoming summer mini that will really help you with your masculine cards. And this is the first card, and it is absolutely beautiful. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can bump it up or step it up with a few more accessories. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Happy Birthday stamp. And again, I'm going to line it up using my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. So I'm going to take my handle and I'm going to take my plastic sheet and I'm going to go ahead and line that up to the corner, and that's lined it up like that. And I'm going to take my Happy Birthday with my soft suede and stamp that. Now, this time when I stamp it on the label, I want to go ahead and I'm going to offset it because I'm going to put something else right here. So let me take my Happy Birthday and line up that corner to the plastic sheet, pull that plastic sheet out and ink that up. I'm going to come straight down and straight up, and there's my Happy Birthday. Okay? Now I'm going to take a button from these are my Brights designer buttons. The collection, you get 72 buttons in here, and I've selected my Rich Razzleberry. The Rich Razzleberry is going to match this color right here, which is my Rich Razzleberry Medallion. And I'm going to go ahead and just put that right here. And I just want to embellish it a little bit, so I'm going to take some of my linen thread and I'm going to cut that with my ribbon cutting scissors. And I'm going to cut that about 5 inches. And I'm just going to feed that through one hole and come up through the other. And then I'm going to tie it in a knot. And then, as I move my cat, I'm going to go ahead and I want to tie it in a bow. But it's easier for me to tie a bow once this is mounted. So I'm going to take a mini glue dot and put it right on the back of my button and adhere that to my Happy Birthday. And now I'm going to go ahead and tie it in a bow. And I have these short, stubby, fat fingers. Sometimes it makes it very awkward. What I find, if I cut my string or ribbon a little bit longer, it makes it easier to tie. Okay, so there is my bow, if you can see that. And let me go ahead, and you can adjust it by pulling the ends. I hold the middle and I pull the ends, and it makes it a little bit smaller. And then I tighten it up, and that's a little bit more in proportion with what I wanted. Okay. Now when I adhere that to my card, I'm going to go ahead and just peel this off. And I, again, am a big dimensional guru, so I do want to attach that with dimensionals. So let me turn that over. Put dimensionals. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to put that right there. But you know what? Just to show you, I can put this right here. I can put it anywhere. Okay, so now we have this card, and that's all completed. Now we're going to go ahead and bump it up one more time. So I'm going to set that aside. We're going to take another card and close that and give it a nice crisp crease with our bone folder. And this time we're going to take some of our Baja Breeze seam binding, and I'm going to take about 16 inches, and I'm going to wrap it around, open up the card, and wrap it around to the front, and I'm going to tie a knot in it. So I'm crossing the left over the right, and tucking the left side down and pulling it straight up and straight down. Then I'm going to have a taunt. I'm going to put my index finger there and take the bottom up, wrap the top, come down, and tuck that around. Now I'm just going to pull the right a little bit and pull the left. I still have my thumb here, and when I get down to so far as I'm pulling the left, then I'm just going to go ahead and pull it out, and then I have that nice knot with the flat part. And matter of fact, I can tie it just a little bit tighter. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and trim that. Of course, I can't see when I put my arms like that. So now that I have that, I want to go ahead and I want to move this knot up to the top. So if I kind of gather my card a little bit, I can go ahead and I can move that up to where I want it. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is do my embellishment. So again, I'm going to take my Designer Series my self-adhesive die cuts. Use my Happy Birthday stamp again, my soft suede, and I already have it stamped on my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig, so I'm going to stamp it again over to this right edge and put my handle there, pull out my plastic sheet, and I'm going to line up the corner of my stamp with my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig, come straight down and straight up, and there's my Happy Birthday. I'm going to take my Old Olive floral button, again this is from the Brights, and I'm going to attach that with the mini glue dot and just sit that on there. Okay, now I'm going to peel that off, and again I'm going to attach that with dimensionals. So let's go ahead and take 1, 2, 3, and take the backs off, and I'm going to mount that right here, kind of tuck that under, and there's my Happy Birthday. Now let me go ahead and show that to you so you can see what that looks like. Now I want to add one more thing to it. I'm going to add a little bit of bling. So I'm going to take my jewels, my clear rhinestones, and the large one, I'm just slipping my paper piercer underneath it. See, I told you, this is worth its weight in gold. And I'm going to put it on the Old Olive medallion. I'm going to take the medium size one and put it on the Rich Real Razzleberry medallion. And then I'm going to take the smaller one and I'm going to put that on the Baja Breeze medallion. And then I'm going to take the medium one. Nope, I'm going to take the large one. I thought it was the large one. I'm going to take the large one and put it on the inside of my button. These rhinestones, they have adhesive under them, so once you get them on your project, they stick. And so there's your project now with the little bling, if you can see that. I can get it close up for you. So what we've started with is our friend to friend, very basic, beautiful though. Then we've bumped it up and we've added the button with the linen thread, and we've just changed the layout to have it landscape. And then our third one, we've added some Baja Breeze seam binding, added some bling, and there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this video and giving you some ideas what to do with your Simply Send kit.